What's going on, Buckethead crew? My name's JMT, and welcome to the Recovery Solo Survivor class setup. This will probably be the last class setup that I do, and the reason for this is because we covered a Recon class setup, we covered a Task Survivor class setup, and now we're going over a Recovery Solo Survivor class setup. This class setup will pretty much entail perks to help you out in general. Like, we will be including the healing and the speed durations from these perks together to basically help you out with recovery. And I've also chosen these perks because I think they could be useful to work together. So we're going to be talking about 6 different perks today. I'm also going to be talking about in the start about the 4 perks that I thought of when talking about a recovery solo class setup. And then we also have the other 2 perks as well that I think could actually work inside of this class setup. And it's up to you guys how you want to go ahead and mix them together to create this class. So let's hop right in the video and talk about the first perk and actually the second perk as well. And there's a reason why we're going to be talking about these 2 perks together. We have yet to talk about some healing perks with these class setups, and we're going to be involving that today in the Recovery Solo Survivor class setup. We have self-heal and healing hands. The reason I'm going to be adding both of these perks is because if you have the self-heal on, yes, it does help you out because you can heal yourself. However, it is much slower to self-heal without healing hands than it is for someone to come up and just heal you, just to work together and have teamwork, which is something you should already be doing inside of the game. I personally would probably never use self-heal just by itself and then have 3 other random perks. If I ever had self-heal on, I will always have healing hands on as well, and to make sure that they're both maxed out, because this will help you self-heal at a much faster rate than if it were just to have the self-heal perk or just to have someone else heal you as well. So that's why I'm going to be including both of these perks together. But let's talk about them. So with the self-heal and the healing hands, if you get them both maxed out, the self-heal is while you are injured, you can heal yourself at 50% healing speed, and this activates when you crouch. And then if you have the healing hands and you have this maxed out, your healing speed will be increased by 30% when you're healing yourself or others. This greatly impacts and greatly affects how fast you can actually go ahead and heal yourself without anyone's help. If you are getting healed by another player, that's the normal pace. If you're using self-heal by itself, even when it's maxed out, it shouldn't actually be faster than if someone random were to come over and start healing you. But if you also have healing hands maxed out with self-heal, you should be healing at an increased speed that is faster than both of those options. So the first 2 healing perks we're actually talking about in a video for the class setup so far, and these 2 work well together. But if you don't want to have healing hands on, then I don't suggest having self-heal on. For the medic, by the way, for the self-heal and the healing hands, you got to get to level 20 and 25. Let's move on to the other 2 perks that kind of strap down these together and to actually help you with your healing speed and your speed in general. And that is Hostage Rescue. The Hostage Rescue is an Enforcer perk, and this is the second perk out of the Enforcer series. So you'll have to go ahead and get level 25 to unlock this perk for use anywhere. For Hostage Rescue, if you have this maxed out, while a teammate is trapped, your rescue and healing speed are increased by 25% and your running speed is increased by 5%. So you can use this to your advantage pretty well. Whenever someone gets trapped inside of Escape the Darkness, which there should be 7 people playing as a survivor, it happens quite a bit. Your healing speed should be increased by 25%, and then your running speed increased a little bit as well, which just helps you get around the map more. If you have Hostage Rescue on and healing hands on, you should have a 25% and then that 30%. You should be rocking a 55% increased speed if someone is trapped and you have those 3 perks on. That'll grant you 55% healing, not just to yourself, but to others as well, because your healing speed's increased. And then also, if you have healing hands, that works for you and other people as well. So you'll be like a heal demon. Hostage Rescue is one of those recovery perks I think would work well with the self-heal and healing hands if you want to go ahead and actually create a class around just recovery in general. I think these 3 perks would work together well. Now, like we do in some other class builds, okay, the 4th perk is always a wild card perk. I have 3 perks here to go over that could work with this build. The Hostage Rescue, the self-heal, and the healing hands, I feel like are the 3 perks that kind of construct this recovery solo survivor class setup. And the last 3 perks that we're going to be going over, you can kind of swap them out in and out and see which one you'd actually like to fully complete your playstyle of this, because we have 3 perks here that I think will match different playstyles. So let's hop right into it. The first one that we're going to be talking about is Criminal Instinct, and this is the last perk from the Enforcer, so you have to get the Enforcer to level 30 to unlock him. With Criminal Instinct, if you have it maxed out, while you're injured, you can perform a vault that will give you a 4-second speed boost, and then of course this perk has a cooldown of 60 seconds. So this works really well if you do end up getting hit by the slasher, because then you have those 3 perks to go ahead and actually help you with your healing. But if you are vaulting as well and you're looping from the slasher, which is what a lot of people do inside of Escape the Darkness if they do end up getting hit, some people even get hit while they're vaulting as well, and then this will just help out so much. Whenever you do perform a vault after being injured, you should get that 4-second speed boost, which should be insanely fast. If you do get hit and you have Criminal Instinct on and you vault, with this 4-second speed boost that you get, you should be able to get away from the killer, where he will go ahead and actually probably ignore you and find someone else to go ahead and chase, because there's just no reason to go ahead and actually chase you if you're granted a 4-second speed boost after vaulting. But let's hop into the next perk here, and this is my most favorited perk inside of the game. I talk about it in every class build because Marathon Runner works inside of every class build, all right? It's just a good perk to use. So I highly suggest using Marathon Runner instead of Criminal Instinct, but if you really do want that full recovery solo survivor class, Criminal Instinct would work out really well. But let's hop into Marathon Runner here. If you have the Marathon Runner maxed, while you're running, you can begin sprinting, and then this sprint will last for 4 seconds and has a cooldown of 120 seconds. This is going to give you that 4-second sprint just like the Criminal Instinct, but instead of actually getting injured and having to vault for it to activate, with Marathon Runner, you can just activate this at any time you want. And this is an athlete perk, by the way, and you can unlock this at level 20. Marathon Runner is just one of the best perks inside the game, okay? It is definitely a top 3. In my opinion, it's the first one. I love the Marathon Runner perk so much. I use it inside of every class that I have. It's just very useful for evading a killer, escaping the killer, just having the killer not even paying attention to you anymore, or just getting out of those situations as well. You get some sticky situations in Escape the Darkness. It pops up a lot. Just throw on the Marathon Runner and use it. You should be able to get out of it in no time. It's a good perk to use, all right? It's a good wild card perk. You can just throw it on every class, and it will benefit you in any way possible. So if you don't want to go ahead and have Criminal Instinct on, I highly suggest Marathon Runner. But let's talk about the last perk inside of this build. This is the first time we're actually talking about 6 different perks inside of a class build, and this one is called Confidence Boost. I wasn't sure whether or not I actually go ahead and throw this into the Recovery Solo Survivor class setup, but it is the best recovery perk in my opinion. So if you have Confidence Boost fully maxed, you will gain a health state and movement speed boost for 5 seconds when all objectives are completed. And the Confidence Boost perk is from the athlete class, by the way. You have to get him to level 30 to be able to unlock this perk for any use on any class. And basically what this is when you go ahead and complete all the tasks inside the Escape the Darkness, and then the darkness like goes away and you can actually escape inside the game. While you're in that final stage of the game, you will get fully healed, and you will have a speed boost for 5 seconds that you could go towards the exit. And this speed boost, by the way, on Confidence Boost is like when you first enter the game and Escape the Darkness, when you're like, you come out of the bunker and you're sprinting down the map. This is Confidence Boost. After you're done with all the objectives, you will get that same speed boost for 5 seconds, and you can just sprint towards the exit. And let's say if you're a 1-hit inside of the game, and then you complete all the objectives and you have Confidence Boost on, it will fully heal you to a 2-hit, and it helps out so much. This helps out for just escaping in general, okay? It sucks when you're a 1-hit going to escape, especially when the killer is like at the end of the game. He's just guarding the exits. Because if you're a 1-hit, you're definitely going to be the one targeted out of the group when everyone's escaping. However, with Confidence Boost, it'll heal you fully, you'll be a 2-hit, and you'll have that 5-second speed boost where you can just sprint towards the exit. However, the reason I'm talking about this perk last is because it's not a perk that actually helps you inside of the game while you're playing. It's just that recovery perk that helps you at the end of the game. Unless the killer has that one perk on from the Scarecrow, which is called the Calling, and therefore, after you complete all the objectives in the game, he will have 30 seconds to insta-down anyone. It doesn't matter if you're a 2-hit or whatever, he will just insta-down you. That's pretty much the only perk that can destroy Confidence Boost. Other than that, if you have Confidence Boost on fully maxed and you're rocking at the end of the game, you should be able to win every time. But anyways, guys, those are the 6 different perks for this Recovery Survivor class setup. Like I talked about before, Self-Heal, Healing Hands, and Hostage Rescue should be the 3 main perks that kind of structure this Recovery solo class. And then you can either have Criminal Instinct, Marathon Runner, or Confidence Boost. Use one of those 3 perks of your choice to kind of complete this whole Recovery solo survivor class setup I used to use this class build a lot, and it helped out with just surviving inside the game because you can still do tasks at a steady pace. You can just help people out, and you could pretty much teamwork together to go ahead and just win every single time. It's a good starter class build, I think, for new people. If you want to go ahead, get like your first character, which could be the Enforcer, then you can get Criminal Instinct as well with the Hostage Rescue. That would be a good 4-perk class build to go ahead and play off of. I think that would be very beneficial for you guys to go ahead, if you are just starting in Escape the Darkness, to try to play with this Recovery Solo class build a little bit and see how you guys like it, and then maybe learn a different play style to hop into other class builds that I have that do require a little bit more skill, like the Recon class build or even the Task Survivor class build as well. But anyways, guys, I think this is a good starter class build. I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments down below. Do you think this class build works out really well? What are some other perks, or what is one of the 3 perks that I mentioned here that you would include inside of this little structured Recovery Solo Survivor class build, and how would you guys play along with it? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. My name's JMT, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.